Hi, welcome to the Gamesplainer. I'm Jeff the Gamesplainer and today I'm Gamesplaining Grifters. So it's been a year since I did my video of Grifters. What do I think of it? Do I still like it? Have I played it? The answer is no, I haven't managed to get this one back to the table. I do still like the game. I think it's a wonderful game to play, but I haven't managed to get it back to the table. I think it's so wonderful that I picked up Nexus, which is another game in the style of Grifters using similar rules, but it's not quite the same. So it's different cards. It's not an expansion. It's a standalone game, but it's using that same idea of Grifters. So I haven't managed to get that one to the table either. I really want to. Hasn't happened yet. So it's something that I've got to kind of work on and work hard to actually make happen. But it's a thing that needs to happen. Grifters, I really like it. I think that there's some combinations of cards that you can work on getting that build up really nicely, and if you get the right cards, you'll move through it really well and really easily. I find that there are certain combinations that we may have misread the rules on the first time we played, or they did some odd things, but they're cleaning up and they're getting clean every time I play. Or not that I've played it recently, but it's getting cleaner each time I play it. That knowing what these cards are doing is really important and really worthwhile to do. I think last year I was talking about a combination that allowed a player just to keep going and doing a whole bunch of stuff. I fear that that's a misread of the rules. I'm not 100% sure on it, but I fear that was the case. And so getting those rules of what each card does is actually really important to really understand it exactly what they intend, rather than what the brief reading of a card actually looks like. This is a game that sits relatively high on my list of games I like. It's living in that world of the Resistance, which I actually really like. That's one of the first games that kind of got me in, or that I purchased at least. It is the first game on my list of games that I've bought, and it's been played a heck of a lot. But this is a game that lives in that world but plays vastly differently. It's a different game than anything that I've got on the shelf. And look, that's the same with all of the games that I've been talking about recently, is they're just different. Every game's different. No matter if they share a similar mechanic, they're still different games. And I think that's a conversation that needs to be entered into and be had, is how different is this game? Yes, it's different. I can't think of two games that are the same. Yes, there are games that live in the same world, so the two Azules, they live in the same world, they use the same similar ideas of rules, but they're still different enough to warrant having both of them on my shelf. The different Castle and Palace of Mad King Ludwig, and the between two Castles of Mad King Ludwig, all three of them, they share similar worlds, they share similar ideas, but each of them is different to the other ones. And so it's worthwhile having them all on my shelf. Bearing that in mind, whenever you're buying a game, is actually a really worthwhile thing to do. That, you know what, you might get some clunkers every now and then, but I've got to suggest that the majority of the games on my shelf, I actually really like them. There's very few games on my shelf that I'm not a fan of. With Grifters, I really want to get Grifters Nexus to the table. I wouldn't mind getting Grifters to the table again, but I really want to get Grifters Nexus to the table to get a feel for it, to get a feel for how different it actually feels on the table. And I'm going to suggest that it's worthwhile having both versions of Grifters as well, to really open up and allow for different things to happen on the table and different combinations to come through. So look, if you have not come across Grifters before, please go ahead and watch my Gamesplained Gamesplanation to get a feel for the game, see if you like it, see if you'd enjoy getting it, if you need to track it down. If you have any comments or suggestions, please write them below. If you have any games that you would like to be gamesplained, please shoot me an email at thegamesplainer@gmail.com. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at The Gamesplainer to keep up to date with the games I'm playing. Subscribe to my videos to keep up to date with the games that I'm gamesplaining. And until next time, enjoy gaming.